making money is what's cheered and congratulated in our culture. So then these little girls aren't taught anything about homemaking, being wives. They don't see examples of good marriages anywhere around them. And they're taught that they need to pursue their dreams and their goals. It's all about them. Everything is about them and what they want. When they go to college, they can have sex freely, be promiscuous, as long as they take that pill, which is health destroying, and they have the option of abortion if they get pregnant. They're taught that they're to be competitive with men and that they're superior to men. And you see the slogan these days that the future is female.
Did modern women get gaslighted by feminism? We have 3 clips for you today. It's 1 clip total, but we've broken it down into 3 parts.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spoil it for you too much, but I think that women today, modern women, they definitely have been gaslighted by feminism. I got so many points. I don't even know if we've got enough time today to cover them all.
Probably not.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also,
press the notification bell.
Yeah, do that. I don't know if you want to add anything before we play the clips.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing.
Yeah, do that, man.
So the question is, like you said, did modern women get gaslighted by feminism? My brief opinion on that is yes, they did.
Yeah.
And basically, feminism lied to you. And I say that because there's a woman called Susan Rhoda, I believe, who was a part of the movement.
That sold the dream.
Yes. She was a part of the movement, and she admitted on camera, so she filmed it at an older age. So she's obviously a lot older now.
She realized the repercussions
Yes.
of the blueprint that she put in place for women today.
Yes.
I get it, yeah.
So she admitted and actually done like a video saying that it was all a lie.
And also she wrote a book, by the way. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's a
Anyways,
little intro.
We'll play the first clip or the first part to the segment anyway, and then we'll come back and we'll give you our thoughts and we'll go from there. So without further delay, here's clip number 1.
When they're growing up, they're not taught anything about homemaking, housekeeping, cooking, baking, cleaning, doing laundry, keeping a clean and tidy home, and forget canning and sewing and all of the traits that our past generations, way past generations they needed to have to survive. But because of the modern conveniences that we have, most women don't need to know all that kind of things, but they still need to know how to keep a home clean and tidy, to cook and bake. But they actually cook and bake, they don't need to know anymore either. They can buy fast food, takeout food, processed cooked food in the grocery stores. So all the jobs that we're homemakers can be outsourced, and they haven't been taught them. They've been given little value. They have no value in our culture anymore.
Okay, that was the end of that clip. What's your thoughts as a female? How do you feel that? What do you think about when the things that she was saying in that clip? What comes to your mind?
Well, I agree with her. For starters, there's been way too many women of today that grew up without the knowledge or the training of how to be a wife, how to be feminine.
What about some women that don't want to be married, don't want to be wives? What do you say to those women? If you have a thought, I don't know.
There are women that don't want to be, but I would say the reasons for that is because they're in their masculine frame.
Okay. Put in the comments, people. Put in the comments. I'll ask the same question to you. What do you think? There's some women. Not all women want to be married.
No.
So the women that don't want to be married, what's your reasons for not being married? Put in the comments what you guys think.
I would like.
I don't want to put words in your mouth. So what do you guys think? You can say how you feel, where you're at with it, but let's talk about the clip. What do you think?
Yes. Well, A lot of women, they don't know how to take care of themselves. They're not self-sufficient. A lot of them wasn't taught how to survive. They lack in survival skills. And obviously we know where this comes down to, and it starts at home with your parents. So
Yeah. But their parents have been taught or been conditioned through feminism, through the TV, the radio. So I'm saying that through the perspective, if I was born in that era, that 1965 era.
can I cut you for a second?
Feel free.
I understand that. And we've all been conditioned in some form of way.
Yeah.
I get it, right? I'm not taking myself out of it.
Yeah.
But you must also have your own mind.
So what you're saying is common sense. Well, common sense
It
ain't
goes a
common.
long way. It's not common. It's not. That's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
But I think you should think for yourself. So although someone or things you see maybe saying things to you
Sounds
or-
cool, looks cool, but doesn't.
Yes.
So in theory, you know what, practicality don't match up to the theory.
Yeah. So I just think just kind of think for yourself. What's your opinion on that? Not what's everyone else's opinion. And I'm going to agree with everyone else's opinion.
I think that no matter the opinion or not, right? I think modern women today, they're not prepared for their futures. They're not prepared for love, family, children, stability.
Yeah.
They just think that, oh, where is it?
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
She thinks by the time she's 40, so you're sold a dream.
Yeah.
As far as you're the workhorse, work, career, jobs, uni, college, put relationships and the nuclear family, having kids, a man on the back burner.
Yeah.
That's what she's being sold.
Yeah.
This is marketing techniques from the powers that be, from companies, people. I don't know, call no
And
names.
they've done it very well.
They didn't, because common sense ain't common.
No.
You would think that, I understand when they first proposed this to women that didn't know, they was oblivious. But what about the women that do know now, the younger modern women, where we've got information galore right in front of our faces? Anything I'm saying now, you can Google that. You can check if I'm lying. If I got an opinion, okay, cool, that's my opinion. But when it comes to data and stats, you can check that.
That is very true. It's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, usually, okay, we was talking about conditioning. So, say you grew up in a household to where your mother was a feminist.
Yeah.
So then she taught you
Yeah.
to be a feminist. So although you can now we now have access to the internet and we can look up things, search things, whatever, but it's been drained.
I'm going to stop you there. I hear what you're saying. I see your point. But the thing is this, right? What that comes down to is ignorance. Why are so many people ignorant or they're confident in their ignorance?
See, that's also
Think
true.
about that.
That's also
Think
true.
about that. So a lot of people, you can give them the stats, the data, because I'm not saying that data and stats don't change over time. But what we do know is that it is what it is. So we do know that feminism has failed you. It has failed you.
It
The
shows.
women that came before you didn't know any better.
No.
They were sold a dream, which is understandable. They were told that homemakers was like, you can be more than just a wife and a mother.
Yeah.
I get it. Those women that were bored at home. But then we now know that a lot of women are unhappy. It's not because they wanted careers and jobs. It's because of boredom.
Yeah.
More time. Now, there's nothing wrong with a woman going to college and uni. But then what they're doing is they're saying, this college and this uni that I'm going to, this degree that I've got,
Comes before everything.
it comes before everything. And I'm going to put my life, because life is about people. Life is about relationships.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Women are sociable creatures. Humans are sociable creatures, particularly women. So what society has told you is that put your family on the back burner.
Yeah.
But then when a woman hits 35,
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
she realizes that, hey, the grass isn't always greener.
No, and I think that age 35, I think the age has actually gone higher than that. I think
Yeah.
it used to be 35, where certain women believe,
I'm-
oh
I'm-
yeah, when I'm
the
35.
okay. The reason why I said 35 is because sometimes that's kind of like when you start to hit 35 for a man. First of all, a man doesn't really come into his stride until about mid 30s. For a woman, she's given everything up front. Men have to be, women are. So women are from, let's say, from 18 till about 25, 27. You're the ish. You just show up, you do your thing, you're that person, right? But then women realize at a certain point that 35, and I'm just putting a number out, and I'm putting a ballpark number out there. So from about 27 to 35, women start to realize, hold on a second, I'm not getting the same guys, the same attention that I once did when I was 22.
That's why I should have cashed out at that time.
Yeah, but they don't know, just like you were saying,
yeah.
right? So I understand the women that came before them, they didn't know. They didn't know.
But even
Yeah.
in saying that, and I agree with you, they didn't know. They was gaslighted into feminism. They was told all sorts of things with flowers and candy floss and all sorts of ish, right? They made it look really good, but they didn't realize, what it was really about. And
Yeah.
I understand that they didn't know, but when you've now had children, your children are of a certain age, so they're now in their maybe late teens, early 20s, whatever.
What age
some
group
in
is this? What age group are you talking of?
I'm talking about just the youngers. So
Okay.
I'm talking about the women that was probably born around the 60s
So
as the parent.
women that are born, let's just say they were born 65, right? Feminism lick hard. Women's
Exactly.
liberation.
Yes.
You can be a skeezer if you want to. Okay.
All of that.
I'm
juicy
just
stuff.
saying. I'm just saying. It is what it is.
So I understand that they didn't understand it fully or they didn't realize that certain things would go a certain way. But now that there's more information out there and there are people talking about it,
Yeah.
they're like, nah, they disagree with everything that's said. And it's like, but you're not actually listening to what people are saying, you're just reacting.
People listen just to respond,
Yes.
but they didn't hear anything
No.
someone said.
That's why people say don't shoot the messenger. Did you get the message?
No, they want to shoot the messenger down.
Exactly.
Well,
But
one of my notes is this, right? Why does society encourage women to focus on work and to ignore the part about family and marriage? Now, put in the comments what you think it is. This is my thought on it, or some of it anyway. It's a business. The feminist culture teach women to hate and despise men. So they say to you, you don't need no men. These men are oppressing you. These men are holding you back from your true potential. Be all you can be. Just like when they're trying to sell you to sign up to the army, right? Now, I'm not knocking anybody in the army. Do your thing. But what I'm saying is this. They're saying to you, men ain't ish. You don't need no man. You can do it all by yourself. But then if you ask women data, remember I talk about data and stats? If you say to single mothers, if you look at the stats of single mothers, you realize that single mothers are the brokest, they struggle the most, they're in bad shape. So then you say to those women, do you need a man? The ignorant ones, or the ones that are confident in their ignorance, is going to say, oh, I don't need no man, even though they're struggling. The ones that say, you know what, I come to the reality, I understand. I made poor choices.
yeah.
I picked Pookie and Ray. I picked Brad and Chad. They weren't the ones for me. There was so many dudes that was in my inbox.
Yep.
And I'm just saying modern women, right? So there was dudes in my inbox that were viable men and they would have stayed, but I chose to go with my feelings because I felt I can do better because feminism has sold me a dream.
Do you know where the good guys usually are?
I don't know.
In the friend zone.
That's what I said to you. They put the good guys in the beta male orbiting your planet, right? And the dudes that make you feel good
Yeah.
are the ones you give a chance to and the ones you give the time of day.
Yep.
And then you want the dudes that was in your friend zone, the beta male orbiters, to be the cleanup guy.
Yeah,
That ain't fair.
it's not.
That's what we live. That's how we live in nowadays.
A lot of men that you put in your friend zone were the ones for you. And why should they have to be the cleanup guy for your mistakes? So
Yeah.
they was already ready
Yeah.
to wifey you or to be in a relationship with you. They saw the good in you. They was ready for that, but you thought, nah, you ain't. There's something. You're cool and everything,
You
but
found excuses.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then later
Yeah.
on in life, now you want to cash out, please.
I just say,
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
Later on in life, that's when you want to say, oh, you holler back at them.
yeah.
If they're single, they're like, oh, maybe I can get in there.
But women don't mind that. But when you ask the question of this, if that was your son, how would you feel if a woman was treating your son that way? Many women's gonna say, well, as long as he's happy, and women like to jump up and protect other women, even if they know it's wrong. Even if the majority of women are effed up, they're gonna say, well, and give you some variables. Nah, man, keep it 100. At least a man can say to his daughter, and say he's jacked up. A man can say to his daughter, don't get with a man like me, man. I see where this is going for you. Why can't women just hold other women accountable? That's my problem.
Because you're going against the code.
My thing is this whole you can go against the code. It's not working for you, is it? This whole feminist culture, it's not working for you, right? But my thing is this,
See
right?
it like that.
That you can see how you want to see it. It's up to you. Are you getting the outcomes that you want? No. Some are going to say, well, I could if I want to. I'm single by choice. Okay. I'm not going to argue. You're single by choice. Fine. I'll just say this. These people that push this feminist culture on you, if you want answers, just follow where the money is. Where the money goes, that's where your answers lay. It's a business. It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's very, very, very true.
With saying that, do you want to play number 2, or do you have anything to add before we play number 2?
I wanted to talk about basically how some women was raised. So going back to that, and how I was talking about survival skills and the lack of it. So a lot of your parents did not teach you survival skills for whatever their reasons. Maybe I'm not going to go into that today, but there are some women, they can't cook or they just won't cook.
Can't cook, can't clean, but they got a ring.
No, they don't have a ring.
I know.
But anyway, so I've heard multiple times, right, that there's some women in this world, believe it or not, that they don't know how to boil water. They don't know when the water is boiled.
It's hot.
So just like a kettle, it does a similar thing. So it gets to a certain temperature. Usually, it's hot when there's steam and it's bubbling and But some women don't know that and they manage to burn water. I don't know how they do it, but that's how
they
some
can't
women
make
do
an
it. Yeah, they don't know, or they don't know how to crack an egg open. I've seen a girl actually smash the egg.
But then those same women say, if you study women, if you do a survey and you ask women what kind of men they want the top tier men.
Yes.
And you can't make an egg. So then hold up. The thing is this: you want a man to provide a lifestyle for you, because it comes down to a lifestyle, and you want a luxurious lifestyle at that. When you break it down, right, to the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
So then what's he getting from you? You ask a woman now, what do you bring to the table? That question is offensive.
Yes.
But then when she does answer the question, basically you bring some coochie. So if it's down to your coochie, so then what he's getting is your DNA.
Yeah.
So then is your DNA of high pedigree? No. Because if we break down, is mommy and daddy together? The kind of people you come from. Are you a stallion? Are you on point? No. Some regular old thing. Yep. She thinks that if she throws her coochie into the air, it's gonna turn into sunshine. That's the mentality.
A stormy day. It's not
gonna be a stormy day. It's gonna turn to nothing. I ain't throwing no coochie in the air. It's gonna whiff up.
Oh,
but
Lord.
We're saying that. Let's play clip number 2 and we'll come back and have the rest of the conversation.
Okay.
Career woman and making money is what's cheered and congratulated in our culture. So then these little girls aren't taught anything about homemaking, being wives. They don't see examples of good marriages anywhere around them. And they're taught that they need to pursue their dreams and their goals. It's all about them. Everything is about them and what they want. When they go to college, they can have sex freely, be promiscuous, as long as they take that pill, which is health destroying, and they have the option of abortion if they get pregnant. They're taught that they're to be competitive with men and that they're superior to men. And you see the slogan these days that the future is female. So they taught that they're the be all and end all. They don't need a man. It's completely opposite of what God's will is for women. And it does not make them into marriage material at all. So they spend 4 or more years in college and universities. Then they go after their career every day. They make money and spend it on themselves, traveling and doing all they want to themselves, having the latest fashion and makeup and boob jobs and Botox and whatever, manicured nails and toes, and it's all about them and how they can spend money on themselves and do whatever they want. They're taught to be independent from men, strong, aggressive, competitive. If they're taught to be a gentle and quiet spirit, they mock it. Just look at the way women respond when they come to my site. It's so contrary to everything that they've ever been taught. And then women come to me and say, there are no men to marry. Well, guess what? There's few women that men want to marry. I remember one time my son was dating a young girl, first date. She came to our house and we were eating dinner and she just made the statement, I just hate to cook. I never want to cook. My son was like, no, thank you, in his mind. He likes to eat. He wants a wife who loves homemaking, who loves to cook and clean and wants to have babies. Women are taught to not even want babies today. Babies are pollute the earth. They're time wasters. They're taught to be selfish.
And that was the end of that clip. What's your thoughts?
Yes, I just want to ask a question real quick. And the question is, do modern women put more passion, effort, work into their careers than they do in their relationships? Now, what I want the audience to do is put a thumbs up or thumbs down in the comment section if you agree or disagree. But that is my question to the audience.
Yeah. Well, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and put your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Are women putting their careers and jobs before having a family? Because they are told that you can leave off a family until later on in life.
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
And that's a big...
I told you that's never going to get old. It's not.
It's funny, right?
It's so relevant.
It's funny that women in the 1960s and 70s, just to say more, going into the 80s, they would say women's liberations, they would do what they do. They would say niggas ain't ish, yada yada yada, right? And you fast forward to today, and you have women spitting, regurgitating the same rhetoric that those women spat how many years, over 50 years ago, like it was yesterday. You have to analyze the mindset of that, because you think that the 1960s and 70s was years ago. So the blueprint is trickled down the lines.
Definitely.
And they're having the same outcomes that their aunties, their grandmothers had. And their aunties and grandmothers won't tell them the truth.
No.
Women keep women single.
They do.
When I say what I say, niggas ain't ish. Whatever I say, who are you to say that? You're a man.
Very much.
What's your thoughts?
I want to talk about in regards to a lot of women haven't seen a stable home, and that's something that the woman spoke on. And for a lot of females, obviously probably so if your parents is kind of from the 60s, then you're gonna obviously be of the younger generation, maybe the 80s. So then we used to watch certain programs that have a stable home sort of looking. So a lot of women from a certain era used to get stability and image of how a household's supposed to look with having a family, as in their mums and dads.
So they've seen things like Cosby Show, My Wife and Kids,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, that's the only time, especially in the black community.
Yeah,
we've seen normal functioning families
on TV
through those shows.
Yeah,
we haven't seen it in our normal lives.
No.
So 1 in 4 of us, so say there's 40 people, only one of us have stability.
Yeah, we
were sold a dream. Now look, modern women have definitely been gaslighted with feminism. Put in the comments if you disagree. What's your thoughts on that? What do you have to add on it?
I have a few things, but I'm going to try to make everything very quick.
Listen, I got a whole list, but I don't even think I'm going to get through all of it. But
I'm not going to get through all of it, but I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible for time reasons. But women of today are allowed to do anything they want with no questions asked, like being promiscuous, saying whatever they want to whoever they want. And then when people do ask questions, those people are called names. They get cancelled. And so basically, people asking questions get punished.
They punish the people that's asking questions.
Exactly.
Yeah. Facts.
So that's why it's a big problem.
Yeah.
Feminism is a big problem. It hasn't served anybody.
Yeah.
It's not helped any woman. As much as they're so adamant that, I'm a feminist.
But you're going to have those people that say, well, I'm the exception to the rule. It's like, okay, sure you are. Women in that particular clip, she was talking about, okay, one of my points is this. Let me say this. Women often complain that they cannot find a suitable man. And there's so many dudes that are suitable. But most men, because women are sold the dream of luxurious dudes, right? So any man that they meet, gotta be 6 figures, 6 foot tall, 6-pack abs, 600 horses, the 6'6s, right?
Yeah.
He's gotta be that guy, right? Most men are invisible to women, even though he's viable. So then just like we spoke about earlier, where you got some dudes in that woman's friend zone, beta male orbiters, right? That you could have cashed out.
Oh, nah, she wants to cash out.
You won. You have so many women, right? Okay. If you get pregnant by a dude, that's a marriage. You get pregnant by a next dude, that's a marriage. So then each time you get married, the likeliness of that marriage or that relationship working is highly unlikely. This is stats and data. Hence why I say people are confident in their ignorance, right? Because at the end of the day, women think, oh, I got this abundance of options of these guys hollering. So when I'm ready,
oh, nah, she wants to cash out.
But that's not the case. We see this now. It's obvious.
Yep.
Now, some women might be thinking, oh, you're hating. Oh, you're trying to say to me that I'm 40 years old. I can't find no man. Of course you can.
Yeah.
There's exceptions to the rule, but the likeliness is highly unlikely. You have a 40, 50-year-old woman say, oh, I want to have 5 kids. I want to get married. So if you look at data, how many women that are 50 get married and have kids? But then you have other women coaching them on saying, of course you can. Why can't you? I found love at 48.
That's you, and yours an exception. In regards to what you said and women of that age range finding a man, yes, you can find a man. There's plenty of men for you.
That can give you a D.
But they are not the men you desire. Yeah. So yes, men are gonna, because a lot of women in that age bracket, they do like to say this.
Yeah.
Listen, put in the comments if you think I'm wrong, but they do like to say that they get pure man in their inbox.
Yeah.
They get so many offers, they get so many this, so many that. So then if that's the case and you're in your 40s, heading really close to your 50s, then why haven't you settled down yet?
But a lot of women feel like they're settling. Perfect word. They feel like they're settling. Average women feel like they're settling with average men. Even though the average man makes a certain amount. Let's say the average man, for example, makes 40 bags.
Mm-hmm.
And the average woman makes 30 bags.
Mm-hmm.
He makes more than you, but you still feel like you're settling. I could have swear women date across and up. So if you're an average woman and you're going for an average man, you're not settling. If anything, he's settling for you.
True.
Put in the comments if you disagree, but you can't disagree because this is a fact. Remember I said, don't be confident in your ignorance.
Yeah.
At least be rational. But you have some women, when women go, well, I feel, this means rationale. All logic has gone out the window.
That's true. We do it.
Yeah.
We all do it. I do it too. So before people try to say, oh, what are you talking about? Look, although we may be talking on certain things, I'm a female and I know what we do. So you can't say, oh, no, we don't do that. Yes, we do. Whether you want to admit it or not, it happens.
Yeah.
I want to talk quickly. She mentioned something about being marriage material and modern women of today. So
Oh my
women
days.
today are not marriage material. It's very true. Can't deny it. I have a question. Are women today selfish? Put in the comments if you think that they are. I have another question also. Have women today lost their maternal side? So she mentioned in regards to they don't want to have children. A lot of them don't want to have children.
I think that women today are taught to be more masculine and they think like men.
Yeah.
So then they compete with their men. And at the same time, the flip side of that coin is women do this.
Am I working? What is this? God, why do I have to work? I am sexy. I am sexy. Why am I working? What is this?
So in turn, they don't know if they're coming or going. So when you break it down, women is like, I don't want to work. I'm so fly. I throw my coochie up in the air and it's going to turn into sunshine. So that's the feminine side tapping in. But at the same time, I want to compete with my man. So if you look at Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, Jada Pinkett is not even slyly at this point. She's clearly trying to compete with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, she's trying to sabotage him. That dude needs to go back to being Mike Larry.
yeah, he does.
It's
it
the
real
truth,
quick.
right? And that's the dynamic of the modern woman. That's what we're dealing with today. But the thing is, hold up. The war is undefeated. The war is undefeated. No woman has won.
Nope.
And you can get the dudes, the abundance of man holler and say, yo, I want to smash. What you saying? I want to be with you. Let's see if they want to be with you after they smash. And even if they want to be with you after they smash, let's see if it's the guy you want.
It's not. It's all the simps and beta males. I'm so sorry. The 20% of men who you really want ain't trying to wifey you. Let's just be honest about that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, like I said, that have women today lost their maternal side? Like you said, a lot of women are very masculine nowadays. Have they lost their nurturing, sensitive, and caring side? Yes, they have. They've lost it.
They're not even emotional today.
Yeah, they lack emotion.
Women
They
used to
lack a
cry.
lot of things.
If they cry, they're crying on camera and they think it looks cute. That's the kind of crying you're getting
Oh
today.
Lord Jesus, please don't get me started
I'm
with
just
that. It
saying.
doesn't look cute. Please stop it. You mentioned also in regards to competing, and a lot of women do compete with their men.
But you're not built to compete with a man in
No.
that way.
No. And also, the people you're supposed to be competing with is the next woman sitting right next to you. First of all, if you're a single woman, right, and you're trying to get the man of your dreams like you want, the woman next to you is your competition. So stop worrying about competing with men.
There's a competition, right? There's a woman's code. How is there a competition? Is it a secret competition that we don't know about? Because women believe that we're all friends and we're going to keep this girl code. Sis, your brethren, if your dude is that guy, she wants him. She can lie and say, I'm not attracted. BS.
She wants to take your man away from you.
Women believe that they can switch up their relationship, their men, their spouses like their jobs. It doesn't work that way. Sorry, the cat's out the bag. It's peeing all over the place. It's scratching up the walls. It's in your face. It's the observable truth. It is what it is. What's your thoughts? We're going to play last clip. We can tell your thought, play last clip and close out.
I'll just say to the ladies, especially the single ones, stop competing with men. Your competition, like I said, is sitting right next to you. The people that are sitting next to you is your friends, your family members, your own damn mother, your own grandmother is competing with you. She's trying to get your man. The man, say I'm not going to just base it on single women. Even the women that's in a relationship, don't think that your mother or your grandmother ain't eyeing up your man saying, I'll take a piece of him, all right? Yeah.
Not my
they
piece. Listen, you guys are chatting S. Unsubscribe.
Okay, cool.
Listen, people,
do that.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe. But I'm just saying, it's the truth. You have to sit down, process, don't shoot the messenger. Please don't shoot me. Did you get the message? So I'm just saying quickly, like the women next to you, like I said, are feeling for your man. If your man is the ish, right? He's doing certain things, he's paying all the bills, he's doing certain things. Don't think that your family members, yes, I said it, family members and friends are not jealous and hating on that, trying to sabotage your ish, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get in there for theirself, spreading rumors.
Do you remember the other day, I think she's a Christian woman, I believe. And when her friends come around to check her man, not to check her man, to check her.
Yeah.
She said, you got to stay in the hotel because she gets it. Sis got the assignment.
Can we give her a round of applause if we're able to? I
can't
don't
be
know.
bothered.
But I'm going to give her one. Yes. Because like I said, the women are competing for men like your men. Put them up in a hotel, please.
So you just said there. I've asked many women, what would you do? How do you stand out to compete for a man that you want? Compete for which man?
Oh, yeah. I did actually put that in my notes, but yeah.
Imagine that. We're going to play last clip.
Yes.
And then we're going to give you our final thoughts and close out. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Here's clip number 3. Final clip of the day. I'm going to close out.
You need to be taught the complete opposite of what feminism has taught women today. They need to be taught to have gentle and quiet spirits, to love being home, and be taught all the ways of homemaking, to be good cooks, to be good cleaners, to work hard at home, to not be idle and gossipers, not to be lazy, but to glorify God in all that they do. They need to learn to love babies and want children. God calls children a blessing. He doesn't call having a career a blessing. This was the man's curse after the fall, was having to provide for the family. And careers make women hardened. Being at home with children makes them softer. And our emotional, sensitive nature was created to be home with children. We weren't given the testosterone to be out in the workforce and to be competitive and driven. And this is why women's suicide and depression rates are skyrocketing, because they're where God doesn't want them to be.
Yeah.
That was the end of that clip, right? Well, let me say my first point. As women have got more power, more education, they have become more unhappy. Even though they become more liberated, and this was something that happened, it started from 1965, right? Obviously a little bit before that, but it peaked at 1965, right?
Yep.
They have been sold on what happiness is. They've been sold a lifestyle. They've been fed lies. Women don't even need a man. They've been sold that I don't need no man. So kids don't need a father. I'm going to touch on that in a piece. Give me your thoughts.
My first thoughts was actually a very similar thing. Women are the freest, but the most unhappy, the most depressed. A lot of the modern women of today are taking antidepressants, but in secret. They don't want people to know that they're taking antidepressants to show how unhappy they actually are.
Are you basing that off of what you see on social media, or what you know in just everyday life? Or
everyday life, what I see on social media, it's all over the place. You can't miss
selling you the dream, the facade.
that they're happy. And I don't really want to go into it, but just like the lady in the USA, she was the
I know you're
What you call
talking
it again?
about, and she deleted herself.
yeah.
And off face value, she was beautiful.
Yep.
She looked good.
She had money.
She had money. She had clout. She had everything that she was winning.
Yes.
Pretty much, right? And it shows you that. I'm not saying that she needed to be married, but it shows you that sometimes things ain't as close cut as you think it may be.
Yes.
But what I want to touch on, moving from that, obviously RIP to her,
Yeah.
but I want to touch on this, right? One note is this: the presence of a father can change the dynamic to a positive one and has a positive impact.
Yeah.
These people, they benefit from your dysfunction. The powers that be take advantage of your dysfunction of the fathers not being around by me saying that they're punishing people asking questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it anyway. It is what it is.
Yep.
I don't do this podcast for money.
No.
I do it because I'm trying to help.
Yep.
So they're convincing women that men are expendable. You can throw them away. You can pick one up whenever you need one. I told you in an earlier part of this podcast that they despise men. That's the feminism, right? So we know children that come from a fatherless household thrive worse off in life. So they take advantage of that, especially, let me highlight, in the black community.
Yep.
They love that.
It's aimed at black people. That's why.
It's not necessarily aimed at black people, but they love that because the father brings, what's the 4 P's? You relay it back to me.
The 4 P's is provision, protection, for the man to provide and to procreate.
Yeah. So in our community, all a man's known for is for his money and to procreate. That's all he's good for. I don't need him to be around. I don't need his provision. I don't need him to tell me what to do because why am I listening to you? I'm in charge.
Yeah.
They want a matriarch. They want a matriarch society, not a patriarch.
Even though men built the world.
Yeah. You have women saying that men are stupid, men are this, men are that. You got men built society so well that women can speak like this.
Exactly. Who gives you the
Wow.
power to speak like that?
How are they so confident in their ignorance? That's what I was talking about. Children need fathers,
Yes.
just like they need mothers.
Can I just say something quickly to that?
Yeah, man.
Children need fathers. You see, the same way you make a baby. Do you not need a man?
You do.
Now, people they'll be, I'm going to say more women. I have not heard it from not even one man, to be honest with you. But women have the argument that we don't need a man to have a baby. Okay, you're talking about technology of today. But here's the catch. They can say, oh, we'll just go to the sperm bank. Excuse me for a second, but where'd you get the sperm from?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's correct words that's allowed on YouTube, but
We'll say it.
it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Where do you get that sperm from? Do you not need a man to get it from? Just like if a man was to argue and say, we don't need a woman to have a baby, right? You need an egg. You need an egg. Where'd you get the egg
If
from?
a man-
From
okay.
the woman.
Let's say, don't quote me, right? But let's just say a man produces how much billions and millions of sperm, right? It would take about 30 men to populate the whole planet, which our planet is what, like 7 billion people? So it'll take about 30 men to populate the whole planet. There's more women than men. Men don't necessarily need women. Women today can't live to the end of their natural life without men. We are better together than apart.
Yes.
This is obvious, right? But women today that was sold a dream how many years ago? You got modern women today saying, oh, I don't need no man.
Can
I
I
don't
give
need
it?
no man. Hold up. I don't need no man. And then they're saying, I can be bad all by myself. My son's fine. When your son gets to a certain point, he needs
Teenagers.
daddy. Like households need a man.
Yep.
What happened to the nuclear family? There's an agenda at hand,
Yep.
and I'm gonna say it. They can demonetize the video if they want. I'm gonna say anyway. It's cool. But I'm saying One of my points is this. We live in a shack up culture. Why would men want to settle down with women that have that mentality? Is the baby even mine? I don't know. Look, if I chat to women today, right, dating, and I ask them questions of what do you bring to the table? Or I say to them, how do you stand out? How do you compete for the man that you want? Someone that's worthy of your womb. They will say something stupid. Women act today like to say they're grown kids. Women, they have the body parts of a grown woman, but their mentality is of a child.
Yeah.
Put in the comments if you disagree. Men, I highlight this to the men.
And
Women, put in the comments, what do you think?
That's not to be rude or to be saying certain things to women. It's not that. It's true.
No.
The mentality, usually when women have children as well, when you have children of a certain age, that's when your brain stops at that age. So if you was, say you was a teenage mother, you was 16, you had a baby, you stopped right there. So you could be all in your 40s now. Your brain
it's not
still
even from the baby. A woman stops growing the time that she gets her curbs and men start hollering. When she gets attention, that's when a woman's brain stops growing.
Yes.
Not all, because I have to emphasize not all.
Yes,
I'm generalizing. What do you want to add? Because I want to add, there's another point I want to add before we close out.
To be honest, I can't, there was something that you said, but I can't remember what you said. That I wanted to basically make a point. Let me rewind that. Maybe. Men, women like to say that they can do what men do and whatever else, right? They don't need a man. I have an example. So you move into your house and say you don't have anything, you're ordering things. Who is the ones that's carrying the fridge, the cooker, the sofas, your bed, your wardrobe, and everything else in between, right? Your dining table that is clearly very heavy. Who is delivering that? It's a man. Who is taking your cook up your food or whatever you want to do, and you put it in the trash, in the bin in England or whatever, and you throw it outside? Who is picking up that
women only want equality when it benefits them.
Of course they do. Of course. But I'm saying people are very quick, not people. Some women are very quick to say, I don't need no man. But in reality, we're not in fairyland anymore, people. We're in reality. We need men to do certain things. Okay, I have one more example. Who built the house that you're living in? I'm sorry, but when did you see women contractors? Where do you see that?
There is women contractors, right? But we know it's not common, like that. Right? But what I'm saying is this. If a woman had that concept or that view on your son, how do you view your fathers? If that's your mentality towards men. And my last point is this, man. I have to save the best till last, even though it's effed up. Feminism has created a culture where women are dangerous now. A man has to vet a woman on her told the dangers that she brings to him, the trouble. With these movements where you got the Me Too movements, where men can be falsely accused, you can lose your jobs, you can lose your kids. Things is not in your favor. The courts don't work in your favor. Women can make up accusations, believable women, even though women know that's not the case. Women know other women be lying, but they keep it cold. But the thing is this: what if that was your son? What if that was your dad? What if that was your uncle? What if that was your brother?
I think we should more keep it on if it was your son.
No. I say that to say this. What happens if it was a man in your family? So it's a man in your family that you hold dear, and you know that in the case. Are you going to say, believe all women? I'm not saying to you that there ain't situations where the dude has done what he did. But women accuse men of things. Oh, he's in an effed up situation where he's ruined because it's a goddamn lie that someone has made up about him.
Yes, in regards to that. Now, there are some real messed up men out there
There is.
mentally gone men,
Yeah.
right? And some of them are not mentally gone like that. They're just some weird MFs.
Yeah.
Okay. And they do wrong things.
Yeah.
And they've done wrong things to women, right?
Yeah.
It is wrong. So
Yes.
I'm with you, females, in that. I'm not saying I'm not. Of course I am. Yes, there are some messed up people in this world. But when you know full well that you say you met a guy or whatever, you know a guy, and he said something you didn't like, then your response is to be a BICTH, if I'm honest, and say an accusation that he did such and such to you, which he, you know full well he didn't do,
Yeah.
but you say it just to bun him,
But
right?
the problem is, other women co-sign that. Believable women, even though the story don't add up. Look at that thing we was watching the other day. I call no names, and the girl lied. Obvious, she lied, right? Everybody was like, well, maybe, even though the facts was presented. So you're confident in your ignorance. My last thing I want to say is this. Now, first of all, people put in the comments, what do you guys think? And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, man. Show us some love, man. Like, share, and subscribe, man. Tell us your thoughts. This is some of our thoughts. But like, share, and subscribe. My final thing is this. What's the future looking like? Put in the comments, fellas, where you at with dating modern women? Ladies, how do you feel about the guys?
Yeah.
Are the guys are not scrubbing up well? And what do you think? I don't want to put words in. I don't want to put batteries in your back or words in your mouth. What you guys up with it? For me, as a dude, dating modern women today, it's a no-no. I can understand why dudes are getting their passport. I get why some men getting their passport because they can't get chicks and they think, "Bro, let me fly to Colombia and get them chicks that I can pay for." Even in that sense, I feel you. Now, I do feel you because it's like, listen, say you go on dating sites or you try to chat to your everyday girl, they're hard. Women can't even lie about that. I'm not saying to you all, but we know that women can be boring. And you're going to have a lot of women, what do you mean about women can be boring? Stop lying, man. Women can be boring because they think all I have to do is show off my coochie.
Can I say something in that?
Yeah.
And yes, I agree with you. Some women can be extremely boring. In regards to be on the women's side slightly, the modern man is terrible also. When you go on dating sites as well, there's men that is like, what is this? You try to have a decent conversation.
Dating sites are around 70% men and about 30% women. But continue your point because I had to add that stat.
Okay. Yes. So there's a lot of women that are having I'm talking for the serious women. I actually they're actively trying to find somebody.
And I'm gonna have to argue for the men. I hear you.
Okay.
How many women? Give me a percentage from 1 to 100. Out of 1 to 100 women, how many of those women do you think are serious about dating?
Ooh, that's a good question.
See that? People put in the comments too. I want you to join that conversation.
I think serious women.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot less than what it was a couple years ago, or more than 10 years ago.
So then how do you argue the point that men are XYZ?
Because from what I see in my anecdotal experiences, I'm not saying I go on dating sites, but I'm saying that from what I see of a lot of men, modern men, just like there's modern women, there's modern men.
Yeah.
But
men, for the most part, tend to be traditional.
Yes.
Men want relationships. Women have changed. Women don't want relationships. Women are not even feminine or emotional. You say to a woman nowadays, when's the last time you cried? They don't even cry.
Some don't,
But you say some of them, most of them. Right? So then I hear your point. Now, I don't want to say, look, I'm a dude and I'm not fronting like I don't see the problems with men. There's massive problems with men. I ain't gonna lie about that. Most women want top tier men. They want the top 20% men, not just because they're money, because those dudes sociably, economically, they get certain things where a lot of men don't.
80%.
A big number of men don't.
That's why I say the modern man.
So men don't get it. But what I'm saying is this.
They don't get it.
An average man, the average woman thinks that she's settling for the average man. That's where the problem is.
Yes, I would say
she's been sold a luxury lifestyle that is unrealistic.
True.
That's where the problems are. So then you can get what an average man that makes 40, 50 bags, right? You can have a mortgage, you can buy a house, but she says, no, I don't want to work. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I don't want to this. I don't want to that. She got all the preferences and the list that she doesn't want to do. But sometimes it's not what it's what you're not doing. So you got the list for men to do X, Y, Z. What are you doing? You're just a cooch.
Yes. So very quickly, as the podcast needs to come to an end now, time reasons. But there was a lady, I'm not going to name names either, but there was a lady, she was basically saying that what she can offer a man, she didn't say it in these words, but this is pretty much where she was going with it. What she can offer a man is basically just her womb. She said she just wants 2 children. So she's looking for a top tier man.
Yeah.
Earning 600 6 figures.
That's who I think you're talking about. She was 36, right?
Yes, 36 years old. Looking for a man. She's childless, by the way. Looking for a man that earns 6 figures, right? Which is a very low percentage. Is a certain height, certain this, certain that, right? She's 36, wanting 2 children, and her expectations was way too high. So she was an average woman, and she wants a top tier man, and all she could offer the man was her womb, because she wanted a nanny, she wanted a cleaner, she wanted all sorts of other things, right? So then these other women that in your household are taking care of certain jobs in your house that
So what's she doing?
Exactly. So then the question was asked, once you have that second child, what then are you offering a man? You said you want 2 children. So he agreed, okay, we're just gonna have 2 children. I've had the first one. The other women in your household is taking care of everything else. So then cool. You have 1 more child to go. You have that second child. So then what am I doing with you now?
Smashing.
Okay. But
I can smash most chicks.
men want, exactly. So if a top 10 man can get any woman to smash, he doesn't need his wife to smash. He smashes whoever he wants because he's a top tier man.
Ladies, men exercise options.
Look, whether we like it or not as females, right? And I'm not saying I agree with cheating or anything like that. No, I actually don't, right? But I'm saying men of top tier have options and they pretty much do what they like, right? So I'm just saying, for that woman in particular, after you have that second child, what do you offer the man? Nothing. You've had the second child. The other woman that's in your household, the cleaner, the babysitter, the whatever, the nanny, is taking care of the other things you're supposed to be taking care of, if we're honest here. So what use do I have for you? The top tier man is not going to take her seriously.
How much time? Okay, this is going to hurt the women that's older, right? In the danger zone, as it's put, right? And that's women from, I'd say, 27 to about 35, right? What can you bring to the table? Some cooch. And the funny thing is this, right? As women get older, they offer less, but they have more experience. Yeah. But then the younger women, I get more time with you. And then what women do now, what I just said, they're going to sign language me, which is shaming, insults, guilt, and they need to be right. So they're going to shame me into liking younger women. They're going to shame me into liking what I like or having preferences. But the truth is this, younger women are more fertile, more vibrant, and they got more life in them. When you speak to them, there's so much energy, there's so much vibrance in the way they move.
Can I just say something quickly?
Yeah, man, do that.
Yeah, all women, I'm going to say, or majority of women want men that are older than us.
Women date 3 to 7 years up.
Exactly. When you get to a certain age, though, that's when those women decide I want a younger man, but only because they can't get a man. That's the only reason.
But what I'm saying is this. Women that are older have more experience. So then there's certain things that they're not going to accept because they gain experience through situations that they've been in. Yeah. Where younger women, I can live life with them. I can do what I do with them. Older women, more time, maybe they're good sexually, bedroom fun wise, but as far as like, say you want to have babies with them, you want to start a family with them, what am I supposed to do? And a lot of women that's 35 upwards, they think, I'm still young. And yes, you are. But when it comes to the dating market,
Okay.
when it comes to the dating market, you're old and say you don't have kids. This is good, but why have kids with a woman that's 35 when I can have kids with a woman that's 25?
I'm so sorry. I have to cut you. I have to be 100% honest. I'm so sorry. Yes, some of you can have children past 35. Okay. That's
course
true.
you can.
Yes. But say if the man wants multiple children, he don't have kids yet, you don't have kids yet, you're of a certain age, you're past 35 years old, and he wants 2 to 3 children. Some of you can only pop out 1. Some of you can possibly pop out 2 or 3.
But why would he pick you?
He wouldn't, because you're older now also. And we know once you pass 35, this go to any medical place.
Maybe that older chick, listen, man, maybe that older chick can suck a D better than the
She
younger
has
chick
more
because she had
experience.
experience with all those multiple dudes
Yes.
from being on the, where is it?
Oh, now she wants to cash out.
On the carousel
wheel.
wheel, right? Maybe that may be the case. And I should have said trigger alert before I said that. But it's the truth.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm so sorry, but once you pass 35, go to any medical place and they'll tell you the same thing. Past 35, you may have problems. Not everyone, but the majority, right? You will start to have problems. Your eggs are getting old. That's just how it is.
Even if the dude will pick you, he's highly likely to not pick you. So you just have to be realistic. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing.
No.
I don't want to sound facetious. I'm just giving you the truth. I'm just putting it in a content in a way that you can consume.
It's reality.
Yeah. People, we're gonna tag some videos. We got our Jordan Peterson video where the woman, thought she was a G until a certain point. And then now she wants to cash out. Right? Then we have women, the whole phase versus the epiphany stage. Women go through their whole phase and the epiphany stage. Some women can't pair bond.
No.
Then we definitely got why men are walking away from dating. A part that I added on this podcast is women and accusations, the caliber of women that we have to deal with. So the millennials are let's say generation Y is dealing with the millennials. This is what we have to work with? I don't think so. And then the thing is this, women have no empathy for men. And this is perfect for this podcast because feminism has taught you to hate men. We will tag all those podcasts that we've done. Listen, put in the comments, let us know your thoughts.
Yep.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. And also put a comment in the comment section of your views on this topic. We want to know, right? The detractors or the people that agree, we don't care. We've brought a topic to you.
I care. That's why we do this podcast.
No, I mean, as in, we don't care which way you come from, whatever,
Who is he? Who is
Then
he
put it in the
to
comment
say
section. Who is
that
he? Put
I'm a
your
certain
thoughts.
age? Who is he to say that?
Put it in the comment section. If you feel that way, put it in the comment section. Let us know how you feel on this topic. Is it true? Is it not true? Have women been gaslighted by feminism? Have they? Have they not? What's your opinion on it? So we're open to all comments.
They have.
All comments is welcome, please.
Yeah. We'll close out. Anyways, have women been gaslighted by feminism? People put in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
Again, I'm your host, S. Banks, and I'm Joe, my co-host.
JD Network, baby.
Peace.
Peace.